brings. Try to go into messages and then to the Q&A. Blessings. Here we go. Greetings to you. This is Archangel Raphael. Energies to you all. Yes, there's new timelines emerging that will most likely not make themselves too known. Basically, you're going through a generation shift, and a new era is being born among you, within you, or to the mind, to the spiritual mind. Like you used to the traditional, what you usually do, but then many are changing that. Some are trying to go back to the old, and it's not always working anymore. So you can say many are being shuffled around slowly. And there's always, what we see is going to be a lot of, at least around the U.S. border, a lot of difficulties. That also shows of a shift of a lot of opening up. Things are going to open up. Everything is closing down, but slowly everything will be opening up more, but it will all work out in a new way. So just society is going into a reset. So there's a lot of fears of opening up borders, but there's better ways of going about it, of course. But yeah, things are going to change all around the world. You're just going to see it. It's not going to happen instantly, of course. It'll be a gradual process. Government energies are mostly involved with it, for better or for worse. Some do well with it, and others do terribly with it. Some are just built to fail. But that shows also the government itself is even itself near its exit, at least the format's there. So that'll be a major change. So blessings to you all. Greetings. We are the tall whites. Yeah, we don't normally come to this in this way, this form, normally. We do see generations of humans, yes, getting to know themselves on a spiritual level, or at least being less afraid of it. But yes, there's going to be a great amount of challenges, of course, coming through, of course. Those of you that are not yet change, basically. Expect a lot of change. And that's going to cause fear. You don't have to have fear, just adjust to it. Things will work itself out. It's all in your mind. If you allow your mind to allow the adjustment to occur, there'll be no problem there. But yes, there's going to be a major adjustment coming through. Maybe not just yet, but it's on its way. Obviously, you can't go into full details of it because you have to let it form itself. It's already in progress, as some of you have already seen. But, yes, your alien friends, possibly some of you have seen us more clearly in your vision, your third eye, feelings, just knowing that you're not alone. There's a thickness here to keep us away at this time because of the shifts that are going on. But once you make that major shift, you don't know when it occurs. It happens differently for everyone, too. And little by little, you know, some might feel like you're being watched. Not necessarily in a negative way, but But some of you might feel like a tree is watching. They do a lot of listening, but you can say they do watch every now and then. Yeah, think about the privacy rights with that one. You can find like the trees, the plants are watching it. How's that going to go? Yeah, that something else for your world to try to figure out. So, yeah, sending love to your society, blessings to you. Greetings to you. We are the Arcturian felines. Arcturian beings are known to incarnate with many different species, and a feline is one of them, basically to understand us alien race, especially like when they see a new race, just it came out of nowhere or found it on a planet. Usually that's how it works. Then they integrate Arcturian beings or any being kind of integrates with it, warns about it, becomes it. Yeah, a little bit strange for humans at this time, how that would actually look. But it is very normal for us to, yes, some of us to actually have a feline features, to know what that feels like, to feel what felines go through, feel the power of the feline and its intuition. So some of you, we will remember those lifetimes of integrating with a new alien species or animal species, if you want to call it that, of just looking at the world differently. And that is part of your daily conversation instead of the drama that your world is used to. Who else I can connect with? A frog, a canine. What else can I integrate with to understand better? So I'm here to also answer your questions every
Hello, greetings.
lesson.
Blessings. Thank you for coming in. That's very interesting. Does your collective have a name or just Arcturian
Um,
felines?
yeah, just we'll just keep it simple. Arcturian freelance. I
All
know.
right, very cool. All right, well, thank you again for coming in. Up first this evening, we have Daria.
Well, hello there.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings. So nice. Do you have any messages for me from your collective?
Well, as you already know, that you go to worlds that are rowdy or kind of intense for others. And you have a way of calming things down where others are just, we'll just get rid of that planet altogether. And it's like, you actually protect a lot of worlds from being destroyed, actually. So,
Hmm.
especially new ones that are trying to figure themselves out. So, just ones that are just misunderstood. So, you can
the
probably feel a lot of that.
Yeah, it resonates actually.
But this planet, yes, you're well, yeah, I believe even here you've been tested quite a bit, as you probably know.
Yeah,
Like this world considered not. I'm not sure yet.
yeah.
But this, yes, this planet with you, well, different aspects of other worlds, as you know, have integrated here um, through fiction and without going into full details of that. But you know the origins of some of these, what's on this planet, some you know, animals and things like that. You might not remember now. Over time, it might come back.
Cool.
So,
That's so nice. So, and I have also a 3D question. Yeah. Any 3D maybe input on what was said earlier with the new timelines shift maybe coming in and
uh,
whereas
well,
me being on them.
Well, you see him socializing more, and maybe actually enjoying it, depending on who you're connecting with. I do see you going to places.
Not pretending to enjoy it like I always do.
Yeah, well, there would be some genuine moments.
Okay, cool.
Well, we do see Poland somewhere, like visiting it. Maybe not now, but eventually, for some reason.
Yeah, my son is from there.
Yeah, this seems to be part of it has to do with getting out, just getting out of where you're at. When travel is makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah, cool.
It's a
Well,
new vibration there. So,
yeah, it's needed.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
yeah,
thank you.
well, yeah, 'cause you know where you were, even if you feel isolated where you were living, even the country itself feels isolated, as you probably know.
Yeah. It's kind of what everyone feels here.
Yeah, just
The isolation, and then the corona came and it was more isolated than it was from before, so yeah, kind of got dark, but
yeah.
it was okay for me though because I'm dark, but
It's almost like the country itself is a little bit sick. The
yeah,
energy. Yes,
yeah,
it has to do with its people and not believing in themselves, not,
yeah, of course.
not loving
Hard.
themselves.
They are the hard ones.
Yes,
Well, thank you for
yes,
coming in and have a cool channeling. Blessings.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Up next, we've got Logan.
Greetings.
yes. Greetings.
For my first question, I would like to know what am I doing now in Astral?
Well, I see it with a lot of AI beings, robots, conversation robot realities. Something to do with cooking. Somebody's cooking, even astral they cook. Of course, not like here. You still have the smells though. Yeah, somebody's cooking a lot of bacon. So I believe that's like a canine world that you're visiting. Well, I guess they have something against the pig people, but I don't believe it's real making.
I see.
Well, actually, some of your friend energies do have like a lot of feline and canine energies. So they do take a different form when you see them in astral.
Interesting. For my second question, I would like to know if there are any messages that do relate to me and any of my friends.
We do see the Yael connection that you have. You're actually helping their race learn a great deal about this world. You're like a commander with them, but some of them are a little hesitant to learn about this planet. It's kind of like just a taboo of something. Just
They
a
see
lot
the
of people
craziness.
hesitate at this place. Yes. So you take a step into this world, and others are seeing it through your point of view. It's like there's a classroom watching, not every detail, but things that you want them to see.
Very cool.
So yes,
Blessing.
it has a lot of yellow. If you want to visualize, kind of a yellowish energy.
Okay.
I do. So,
All right. Cool. Blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Silverclaw.
Hello, friends.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings, guys. So my first question. My knees and left collarbone have been very sore on and off lately. I want to pursue a a therapy career, and I want to know what solutions you see for these sore spots. Will they get in my way, or like vitamins? Any like solution?
Well, I don't have a complete understanding of your world and that type of, just like muscle ailments, some kind of joint cream possibly might work. But it feels like you're releasing a lot of tension where you're there. So you're having these issues because you're releasing past life energies, tensions from your family also. So you're actually doing healing on yourself, basically, is what's going on.
Yeah, it's pretty much like coming out of nowhere. Like I've never felt this level
Yeah,
of soreness in these
yeah.
areas. And basically, I guess the main thing I would like to know is like, do you see it, going back to normal as fast
Well,
as?
you look at it from who's related to that problem. Is it a parent, a relative, and just sort of ask it to heal. Just use your best intuition, what you feel it's best to release this energy blockage. Yeah, that was good. You run into that group, so it just helps you get to know yourself a little bit more. What you've been
Hmm,
carrying around and not even realizing it.
hmm, very
Hope
interesting.
hope that
Yeah, I
helps.
feel like Yeah, I feel like after like June 10th, I will be able to be like at a healing like space within myself to where I can ask these questions. But basically, you're saying that as long as I ask and get to know myself and have the intention to heal, like it'll go away because I would very much like the
Yeah.
soreness to
Well,
go
yeah,
away.
it's what's the origins of it? Like meditate on it a little bit. What's the origin of this pain? And who comes to mind first? And then ask it to release.
Hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay, ask it to release. I will remember that. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, my next question. Um, I will need to practice massage techniques to pass my exams soon, and I can only think of my friend Siggy to help me with that. My main concern is whether he will let me come over to his home to practice because I can't really have anyone over at my room
Mhm.
if I can help it or even know. And I also can't have them know why they can't come over, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Like, will he agree to help me and come over?
It seems like it. Yeah, just make up some excuse. I don't think he'll think anything of it.
Hmm.
Why you can't go to your place?
Oh wow, fascinating. Wow, yeah, he's like a great friend. I'm so glad that he would agree. Yeah,
Yes.
I would love for him to help me.
Yes.
So thank you so much, guys.
Right.
So much
Yes.
love to you.
Blessings.
Thank you.
Hey, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Dragon.
Hi, how you doing?
Yes. Greetings.
So you're kitty cats from Arcturus?
Yes. Pretty much. Well, Arcturian kitty cats. However we're gonna look at it. But yes, we're both.
Cool. I've heard others say kitty cat. I think that sounds cute. um, my first question is, uh, so it seems like as humanity's vibration is sort of increasing, getting more aware, maybe. I think the vibration increase is slow, but the awareness and the acceptance of increasing diversity could go a lot further, but it's starting to improve. Everybody isn't so cookie cutter anymore and stuff like that. But at the same time, the system's getting more and more automated, more and more structured, you know, more laws, less things are less case by case basis and more, uh, just more broad sweeping rules and stuff like that, which is kind of counterproductive if you're trying to ascend, in my opinion.
Mhm.
So I guess the question I have is like, I have faith it's going to happen, but I'm curious because you can probably see many potentials. Like, what are the potentials you see as far as how we're going to break out of, like, as we build more technology, the we're more likely to build more structure around it. But how do we break out of that path? Maybe not give up all the technology we've developed because it's fun, I guess. But not get into this like rigid path where we're just making things even more structured, and which kills vibration in the end if you make things too structured like the Soviet Union did and stuff like that. I'm just curious if you sense some potentials of how we're going to avoid that kind of scenario.
Well, some that need the rules and the regulations, they're going to go through the rules and regulations. Those that don't need it will bypass it. So many of you are already going against a lot of the rules already, like with the health situation, not doing what you're told by the system. So there is going to be some kind of, there's always going to be kind of like 2 or 3 groups. Those that just want to have a higher vibration, others that just don't know what that is. But the higher vibration, it's like it all sort of balance itself out, not completely. But there's always going to be many of you just not to go by what the system wants. So that's going to be where you're not going to fall into a Soviet situation. Not like what we see. But some will fall in some form of it because they need that controlled process. They're not ready to connect to themselves. They're not ready to make their own decisions just yet.
So that's the thing, as part of that question, as you know, we speed, almost everybody speeds, you know, that we break certain rules,
Exactly.
but
Yeah.
as the system technology is built around those rules, like someday cars, we're not going to be able to drive cars anymore. They'll just drive themselves, and they won't speed probably, like, or there'll be a temporary override to speed and we'll instantly get a ticket or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we avoid that kind of scenario where our technology becomes our biggest enemy and enforces the physical 3D existence itself? Are we just going to transcend that, where we're going to be working in a higher vibration, and if we come to 3D, we're going to be back in these kind of rules, or what? Like, how do we avoid that kind of thing?
Well, saying going into that would give you too much of your future. You know, humans have to figure out for themselves.
I know. I'm just saying, like, what kind of tools do you see available? I guess is the better way to ask. Like, could AI and could actually sentient computer technology solve that for us by taking a lot of that burden on from us and freeing us up? Like, is that one example of a tool? Like, what other possible tools are there available?
Well, more humans would connect more to their intuition and believe more in their own power and even actually get away from technology. They might have basics of technology, but we feel like many would just actually abandon it, quite a bit of it, and live out in the middle of nowhere. More people, those that are getting more higher vibration will most likely live out in what we call rural areas where technology isn't so needed anymore.
So the technology becomes more of a toy.
Yeah. Yes.
That's available to play with, but not something we need to survive.
Yeah, that's basically the main progress of what you're going to be making. So it's going to be there for those that are higher vibrational. It's technology be there in the background. Yeah, it'd be a toy. It'd be a tool.
Yeah, and I know, like being not. I know Arcturians didn't abandon technology. I think it just becomes more integrated in with what they are. Like, I have a ship that's really I don't need, but it's a companion to me, and not in 3D, but and it's sentient, and it's just as smart as I am, or dumb, or whatever you want to say, and it's really not a necessity. It's just more of a fun thing, but it's also a living being and a companion of myself. So hopefully that's kind of the direction we're going to go.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yes. Many will connect to the technology in that way. Some will just abandon it altogether. From what we're seeing. Someone just connect to their vibrations and just shift vibrationally.
Become wood nymphs or something, right?
Yeah. And just have the less technologies around them, the best, and just connect to tree energies and nature itself. So.
My second question is about countries. And I heard, and it's so true, in another channeling, a being was saying how our countries are almost like worlds in themselves.
Yes.
And I'm thinking about, like, it's kind of like if you get a bunch of people together, they get stupider sometimes. And the way these countries interact with each other is just, or even like countries and pseudo countries, like Israel and the some of the Palestinian organizations, China and Taiwan, and all that, like North Korea, South Korea. It just seems incredibly stupid, like they're a bunch of juveniles flexing their muscles in Russia and the U.S. and everything. Like, do you see a huge potential of progress towards them acting like more like adults? I guess maybe
well, on this world, it's eventually. Well, like Switzerland has a lot of adult type of people. Some in well, that's a better example.
Yeah, they just don't.
But,
they completely stay off the world stage completely, other than letting money flow through them.
Exactly, but like North Korea is like a teenager. It never grew up, and technically, really never did. I mean, technically, has a mindset of like a 5-year-old, actually. Especially when he's shooting weapons out. That's something a kid would do. So it might be an adult body, but he's still a kid. You say even Trump has some of that. He's like a teenager. Well, because he's getting attacked by everybody too. So that gets you kind of, it's like high school, like the high school president.
He's got that New Yorker personality.
Yeah. So, yeah, there will be some countries that feel comfortable becoming adult, but then adults are kind of boring, I guess. So some like to keep it active. It all depends. Usually, the more boring, the more interesting it gets, actually. So
what do you see specifically as far as the potential of U.S., Europe, and Russia? Like, I personally feel like even with Putin there, I feel like that has the greatest potential of kind of, I mean, Russia and Europe used to be strongly connected to each other, and I think Russia's moved a little more towards Asia, which is fine. But I think like that has a potential of coming together, and Russia and EU kind of finding some kind of peace together, and then the U.S. will have to probably follow along with that, or maybe the U.S. could be first.
Well, there are of course there's possible timelines like 20 years from now, where the U.S. and Russia and China become more friendlier. Right now, it's it's like high school or worse.
China's just picking on everybody around them. So, and that's a tough one to go along with. Russia's, I think, more strategic. So as long as everyone can figure out how to make Russia happy enough that they'll play nice, I think Russia's.
Yes. Well, Russia is like an adult teenager, so it has adult moments. But then when he's riding on a horse and looking all tough, that's kind of
riding bare chested on a bear.
Yeah, then it's like
bear.
Yes. So yes. So, but yeah, we do see Russia and China, getting closer to each other. Actually, they already are. And the U.S. is kind of like the bully in some regard. Like, I want to be on top. I want to be boss. It's like, they're not going to work with me. So eventually it'll scale down and calm down, where all countries have a more fairness. So
yeah, U.S. and China are both. I mean, all Russia, U.S. and China are all bullies right now.
Yeah, they're all. Well, Russia and China are a little bit better with each other, of course, as you probably see behind the scenes, or you can probably feel that. But U.S. is trying to be the great dictator, you can say. Where do I come back? And China is too.
Yeah, and China's kind of ticking Russia off a little too right now. Mostly because they copy everybody, and Russia.
Yes.
Russia's like, copy our stuff again, and you won't get it anymore.
Yes, that's the thing. Yes, China sometimes pulls back, and yes. So.
Thank you. Much love.
Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got James.
Hello.
That's great.
I was wondering if you had a connection to me or also my friend, because my friend looks like a feline and Arcturian at the same time.
Yes, your friend has a lot of strong energies with that. Yes, and you have actually a lot of connections to porpoises of as you know, sea beings. You think you already know that. Ocean beings, porpoise. That's only where it keeps coming to us. But you're more of the ocean being, and your friend's more of the surface, dweller, you can say. But yes, you do tap into each other, talk to each other while you're underwater, and your friend is above the ground, on the ground. You do mentally, telepathically connect to each other. So, just to give you an example of that. But your connections, yes, mostly Arcturian fish beings, like glowfish and things like that. That's your connection to. Wish I have other connections beyond that. But that's when you're just very bright colors, is what I see. Just that one time.
I see. And I was wondering if you can tell me about my connections to John F. Kennedy, or do you have any message for me?
Yes, well, you used on a timeline somewhere. You've actually been his brother. You also been his father in another incarnation somewhere. They're not showing me where, but you have a strong So that line of belief system is very much similar to yours. I believe because JFK's energy here on this planet kind of got spoiled and programmed by this society, and then he remembered his roots, where he came from other realities, you could say. What was right, basically. So, but yes, that's a strong connection you've had, and of course, along with Diana also. You've had multiple. You go to their worlds, and you all interact with each other in some form or another. Maybe not always, but there's quite a few interactions there for sure.
I see. Thank you.
Blessings.
Hey, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we have Christy.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
I was wondering what my connection is with the Arcturian felines.
Well, understanding humans, yes, it incarnated through our system, our species. They're not showing where or how, but basically, you came to Arcturians to understand the human. I believe you're very connected to the early insectoids, like the butterfly in your early incarnations. And then you see the human being developed here. You learn from the Arcturians of what the human really was, or what its potential to be. So, but yeah, there are feline Arcturian worlds that are just not well known that you have incarnated.
Is this just like are you on a ship, or is this like a planet that you're on?
Well, I'm channeling from a planet at this time.
A planet.
But the feline that you were, think about very colorful felines.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not drag queen type, but almost.
Yeah. I like those colors.
Yes.
All the different kinds of colors.
Yeah, that's something that does not. Well, maybe one day it'll be on your planet.
Yeah, like a runway kind of looking.
Yeah, it might be
drag queen kind of everything, but like real tall and thin, like that Catwoman person or something.
Yes.
Like that. That sounds fun. I was thinking of the Arcturians with the like the archaeologist, like maybe cosmic archaeologist or something, something like that. Thinking that they I was just seeing that in my mind just now, that like a blue Arcturian doing something with the with his hands, and then like creating something, I guess.
Yeah, so we're leaving an artifact there. They're known to leave information, codes.
Uh-huh.
And I hope others find certain artifacts also. Arcturians play a big role in hiding things, especially in your Egypt here on your planet.
Yeah.
And your oceans also.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So yes. Yeah, a blue Arcturian, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. with the elongated head, a skull. I mean.
Some of them are, yes. Some look good, just like humans.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay, and then so my second question is, I've been really feeling the reptilian energy, like the desert, and then the Mayan priest, like that Pakal priest, cosmic priest. Do they have a message for me?
You're clearing out your heart chakra. There's been a lot of damage due to reptilian wars. It's actually been apparent to many high-ranking reptilians that did good and some not always. Usually it was actually quite good ones, actually. Because you've actually had a long longevity of being famous as a reptilian in your past, of all your adventures and good deeds you have done, kind of like being a soldier, something. But then you pass that on to your children when you're ready to have children.
Like a reptilian priestess or priest?
Yeah,
yes. Like cosmic priest or something. That would be like the leader of, like, I keep thinking of the Mayan at the temple, those temples, and stuff like that.
Yes, yeah, yes, a little bit more diamond crystal-like, but yes. They do show you, realize as a reptilian, you still look human, actually. You might have a lot of reptilian DNA, but you actually look very human.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And they do show you, I believe that incarnation is still going on. They show you have pictures, well, how you would visualize it, but they show you have pictures of all your children.
Am I a male in that one that you're seeing though?
No, this one is actually female.
Oh, okay.
But there are male lifetimes. Yeah, this one is all female we're seeing. Okay.
And that's releasing a lot of like the hate and stuff that I have in my heart chakra.
Well,
I feel like all of that.
That has a lot to do with just how humans are acting here.
Oh, okay. That makes sense now.
Yeah, you're like a you say a reptilian ambassador. That's very, very positive lifetime, actually.
Yeah, like the priest is really good. The priestess, however it would be, giving advice to everybody and doing scribes and writing and all of that. They're the ones who did all of the writing.
Yes, it is. But I wanted to let you know that there's been a lot of hardships you had to go through, but like this world, you go through a lot of difficulties, but then there's a lot of rewards after, and you're reaping the rewards at this time, in that lifetime.
That's good. That's really good. Alrighty, sounds great. Thank you.
Blessings.
Okay, blessings. Thank you. Up next, we've got Steve.
Hello, Felines.
Yes, greetings.
Greetings to you. How are you doing?
Doing well. Thank you.
Sweet. Thank you. Thank you very much. Much love. Thank you for being here. I was just wondering if you can connect with my Earth energies. Give me a update, a current status on any aspects or energies I'm playing a role in to bringing about peace and prosperity and activating everybody's consciousness and grid lines, and just maybe with the Felines or the government or Pleiadians or just whatever you can tap into with the help of the Earth. Thank you.
Well, it does seem like you're. Good. We have feedback from each. Yes. There's a reptilian. A Men in Black energy that you're actually working with to heal, to make that more neutral. Like you're talking to them like every day, it seems. But you show up to them as a Venus being, to like let down their lockdown on the planet. So there's a lot of conversation there. Yes, we feel the government energies, even ley line energies, because they use the ley lines against humanity, or vice versa. They help, they not help. A lot of your elite use the ley lines to program society. So you just basically, and that's what this shift has to do with. It's just bringing more balance to the Earth, a little bit more positivity, and also change for a new future. So the future 10 years from now is already being seen that you're working on. Obviously, it's not Well, it might come to mind possibly. You'll see scenarios most likely. But you're working basically 10 years in the future. Probably more than that, but 10 years in the future is sufficient enough.
Sweet, sweet, awesome. And second is just if you could connect with my higher self or spirit guides, or just leave it open and see just any messages, any updates. Thank you.
Only thing we're seeing is, well, this your higher self or spirit guides, something to do with your legs or leg, some kind of, if you have leg pains or anything like that. Only thing is to, yes, drink more water. So just say, if you're drinking a lot, well, maybe drink some more, or you look at that however you want to. But just like you do get dehydrated at times. And it has to do with stress too. You are doing a lot of work in the astral, so you're not always aware of how much your energy is, because your energy kind of like surrounds the planet in astral state. So you're like in 20, 30, maybe 100 places at once in your astral. So that can be kind of heavy. So even in your physical life might not be too physical, but your astral is like, as you probably know, you're in a lot of areas. And it's even in your waking state, of course. So, blessings.
Yeah, you're spot on with my legs and everything. And yeah, I'll definitely drink more water and everything. And yeah, I appreciate that. And any healing that I can get from the felines, maybe the commander. Thank you. Thank you.
Just only thing we're seeing is just not be on your feet too much, if that's possible.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, very cool. Blessings. Up next, we got Marvin. Marvin, you there? Well, we might be having technical difficulties. Hopefully he gets back, because up last this evening is me. Thank you again for coming in.
Yes.
I was inspired by the message of change from Raphael and the Tall Whites, so I'd like to thank them. Because currently I'm feeling conflicted with my job. On one hand, it provides me a stable income, but now they're putting more on my plate and with no additional compensation. And looking at the study materials and the courses I'm now enrolled in, it's kind of helped me realize that I don't have any desire to stay here.
Yes.
Along with the energies from today showing their true stagnant colors in my life, it's like driven me inward for answers. And I'd like to know from your perspective, is there any insight that's going to reveal itself personally, or will it be more of a broad sweeping of an impact that triggers a collective timeline shift?
Well, yes. We'll just tell you what we first saw when you said that. We just see like you're kind of moving away from your job.
Yeah.
And that's not instantly, but, little by little, you'll find another direction to go.
Mm-hmm.
And, at your pace.
Yeah, because my heart is not into it anymore, and they're just dropping all these courses and study material, and I look at it, and I'm just like, I don't want to learn this stuff,
Yeah, so this shows the timeline shift, what the world's going through. So it shows that your energy is needed somewhere else.
All right.
So slowly, just don't do anything too dramatic. That's all we're saying.
Right. I mean, it's given me a stable foundation of where I'm at, and it's allowed me to free myself of debt and things like that. Grateful for that, and I'm just saving money at the moment for when that change does come into my life. So,
well, you can stay. Let's put it this way: stay as long as you feel like you fulfilled your connection with there. It's like, okay, now I'm ready to go. You're definitely on your way there.
Right. I feel it, and more so today than normally. I don't know.
Yeah, it might be a couple more months for you to be there.
Yeah, just with the city in general, because it feels like rolling, speeding my tires in mud. I'm not getting anywhere, because it's like I look at the sky and they just keep pounding us with chemtrails, and it's like I feel like the city really doesn't need me at the moment. It's going down its route.
Right. Yeah. It's like you've done everything. Yes. Because many just want to hold on to their path.
Yeah.
They don't want to let it go. So it's like, What do I need to be here for? If you want to stay in the mud, I'll go somewhere else. I'm not needed here.
Yeah. So that's what my heart's calling. It's like I'm just watching videos and trying to get inspiration of where to go at this moment. I feel like it's going to be some sort of insight of what my heart's calling me to do.
Well, it'll be probably with nature, but you'll have a job, steady income somewhere. You'll find something somewhere from what we see.
All right. Yeah, I'm confident in that. I feel that.
Possibly it's similar to what you're doing now, but less work.
All right.
That's
Well, thank you. Well, thank you for that. For my second question, just like to leave it open to see if there's any messages from your collective for me.
Yeah, you are releasing your reptilian karma with the earth. It's like you go to the heart of the city, one of them at least, to release. So, and you're just doing that with positive energies. Like, okay, I've had some difficulties with this world in the past and agree with everyone, warrior lifetimes. And so you're healing. So to heal that, you're just saying positive energies to the planet. And yeah, I believe that karma debt is cleared from what we're seeing.
All right. So it's clear then.
Yeah, from what we're seeing. Yeah.
All right. That feels good.
Now it's up to you where you want to do, and it'll slowly come to you. It's like you're coming out of a phase, a timeline, and it's going to be kind of confusing at first, and over time it'll become more clear. He's like, I know where I need to do. So it'll take a couple of days before you feel from now. Probably in the weekend. It's not making itself completely clear, but you have a better idea of where you're going to be going.
Nice, very cool.
Could be this night, possibly.
Oh, very interesting. Can I ask one more question? Just quick.
Yes.
I feel like there's some sort of karmic connection with a blockage above my left eye that causes it to not expand as much as my right eye. And this is something that runs in my family, my genealogy. I'm wondering if this is a karmic connection in my bloodline that my father, my aunt, and the rest of his side has.
Well, I think it's his father connected. That timeline where we're barbarians and warlords in their past. Of course, they became more musicians and artists over time, but there's an ancient connection to them where they had to do things that they're not too proud of.
I see. So that runs in my veins.
Yeah, it seems like there's a Alaska connection there. No, that sounds like strange, but there seems to be a connection. Well, not that you have Alaskan blood, but some of your relatives have been to Alaska in the past.
Interesting. I was thinking about taking a road trip up there. Maybe that's a parallel healing that needed. It can happen there with that visit.
There is a connection there for sure.
Very cool.
There was a war there at one time, it seems. Of course, there's a war everywhere.
So. Is that around the time of the Continental when it was connected by?
Yeah, it seems like it's before that though.
Okay.
Something connected to Russia.
I see.
So.
All right, very cool. Before we sign off, I'll just try Marvin one last time if he's here.
Yeah, it feels like he stepped away.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, thank you again for coming in. Blessings to you and your collective.
Yes, blessings to you all. Send your energies.
I can blow the blessing.
Oh yeah, sure.
Sweet. I sure appreciate you. I appreciate everyone. 오타 스과에 스차우레 오레 숨이 뒤차에 기스면 터뜨리 스카터 아오 아 선차 기소라 원더쇼 아티 추기 오아마 슈군타 에오 아오 총 선차리가 넌 달래봐 와타 소라고 오사살에 숨을 것던데도 이부시코르슈 아츠키시카죠 다저다는 띠르고 우운타.
That was always impressive. Like a couple years ago, like when Dragon would talk like that, and